Well, we got a couple more things done with the truck yesterday, and then I drove about 10-15 miles, so let's just say 179454, just for the heck of it. I have a wire sticking out of the 4x4 electric delete panel, which goes under the dash into the firewall. Comes up out of here, meets up with a little red wire. Goes along the side here, and I am going to wire loom this eventually. I just haven't gotten to that point yet. But it comes up, it goes behind the grill work, across, and over to a fan that I just put in with a little relay right there. Kind of looks like a stock relay because it's from a Blazer. The Blazers have a couple relays that just sit up here on the firewall. I ripped a couple off way back when I was still in Anchorage, I think. I got them from Northwest Auto. But this wire is a positive activation. I'm going to put a switch in the 4x4 delete panel, and eventually my next intent is to do like I did on my Blazer and put electric fans in here too, and get rid of this monstrosity right here. Yeah, get rid of that, put electric fans in place, upgrade this alternator to an AD244, since this is a CS130D. These are used stock in the Blazers and S10s and everything else, S series, and low power requirement full sizes. Now the Suburban in the backyard's a 2003 and has the rear AC. It has an AD244 alternator, which is a higher output alternator and gets a lot better amperage to everything you need at idle. This one, not so much. But yeah, that is something I plan for in the near future. Like, I don't know when. I gotta go pick some fans up. I found a couple mods online at gmt400.com, which is what this truck is. It's a GMT 400 series. And I can get them out of a Ford Windstar. They're dual fans and seem to fit perfectly behind this shroud. All I would do basically is just get rid of this piece here back to here, and then just kind of make it look good, you know. I'm going to try to keep this wire where it is. It goes over from the battery to the fuse box back here. And as you can see, both studs are now used. I'm going to go ahead and just put all the E-fans on the stud on the bottom here, which also happens to be the fuse on the bottom. Yeah, if you look at it from this way, right, bottom, left, top. Yeah, it's a little confusing. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to do right now is pull this guy off, and I'm going to modify my throttle blade, because like the Blazers, it uses a similar throttle body. And all I have to do is pull those two torque screws and cut that piece off, so it'll just be a flat blade. Really simple mod, frees up a little bit of low-end power. It's not going to get you, I think I mentioned this before, it's not going to raise your HP output or anything at wide open throttle, but it'll give you something to work with at lower RPMs, or at least lower throttle positions, I should say. So, a little easier takeoff, I guess you could say. But I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and then I'll come back. So now I am missing my throttle blade. And that is right here. As you can see, it's got this little piece on the end of it, which really isn't required to have. It's also quite carbonized. Quite a bit of carbon on there. Yeah, stuff. So, remove this piece here, clean it up a little bit, and we'll put it right back in the way it came out. Real simple mod. Real simple. Well, I went for a slightly messier method of just removing the entire throttle body, but that can also serve a dual purpose in that you can get rid of some of the carbon out of the throttle body while you're at it. Well, the blade mod, as you can see, is pretty much done. It ain't pretty by any means. I mean, I could probably just take that entire plate off, and I probably should, but the fact is, it's not going to fall in or anything, so as long as it clears the edge of the throttle body bore, I'm not going to worry about it. And the fact is, one of my blades have looked a lot worse. Yeah, so that is done. And something you got to be aware of when you go to put the blade back in, you got to make sure that when you're trying to cycle it, that it doesn't stick. Like right at the open position, you don't want it to stick, because then when you go to hit the gas, you got to get it past that stick point, and then you end up hitting the gas a lot harder than you wanted to. I had that problem with my Blazer to begin with because I didn't bother to even think about cleaning out the throttle body at all when I did the blade mod, and it kept sticking, and finally I just had to tear it all apart again and do that. So, something to think about. Anyway, in order to get the throttle body off, it's really simple. You got to remove this off the back that holds the that thing. This right here. This takes a what size? 7/32, and then you got these two, which take either an 8mm or I used a 5/16 inch socket. And then there's this little guy that holds the cable deal to right there, and that is a simple 10mm, as is a lot of different things on this truck. That's a 10mm, that's a 13. Let's see what else I can find. That's a 10mm. Let's see. That's a 13. Up under here's a couple 15s. This is pretty standard on these trucks. Between pretty much anything later than 95, I think. Pretty much use all standard metric. Yeah, all that carbon out of here, and I'm still not done yet. I'm gonna go ahead and continue working on this, and then we'll put it back on there. But just showing a little bit. Well, we're just gonna save a whole bunch of needless cinematics and say I got it done and cleaned and all put back together. Because my camera battery died on me in the middle of the last clip, and I just said, screw it, not gonna worry about it. So, last thing you want to do before you just get ready to go drive again is make sure it's a smooth, you're not catching or anything, and that you can still go wide open. No problem. And then make sure it's still idling properly. Not like that. Okay, we have something to check here. We forgot something. We forgot to re-hook up some sensors. So we might just skip that clip entirely too. Well, here's the cinematics for you. Derp. Okay. Alright. Get everything back together. Make sure you get your cable back on. Not too hard to do. And yeah, I skipped a little bit there and got it cleaned out, got it put back together. And then the battery died, so I said screw it. But make sure your clips get back on. And then there's one more thing you want to check. Well, two more things. Make sure your pedal works properly, for one. You don't have that catch at the beginning. Should be able to go wide open still. And I can. And the last thing, want to make sure your truck idles properly. Goes back down below 1,000 like it's supposed to. Yep, Looks like I gotta clear a light now. I forgot to hook up those two sensors before I tried to start it up the first time, so it freaked out. It's like, ah, I have no sensors, I don't know what to do. And that's what happened. Because those two wires that I hooked up, those two connectors, one of them is the idle air control valve, and the other one is the throttle position sensor. So you might guess there could be a little bit of an issue there if the idle control valve doesn't have the ability to do anything. Yeah. I forget things every now and then, but thankfully it doesn't have too much of a problem. It just idles real high is all. And I gotta get my computer out here and clear the code now. It's not hard to do. I'll actually show you how to do that real quick. Why not? Now, for just simplicity's sake, I use my old Vostro for vehicle stuff, and go ahead and open this thing up real quick. Okay, it is connected. Now, I gotta start the truck up. Okay. Now, I should be able to connect. Got it. We have faults, of course, but we know what they were. That's different. P1351, I don't even know what that one is. Oh, we have a connection, let's find out. P1351, whoops. GM. But while we're searching for that, yeah, like I said, throttle position sensor, blah, 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 blah. We can go here, back, and we can actually reset that stuff. Yep. Service light engine is, or service engine soon light is on. We click yes. Service engine soon light goes bye-bye. Awesome stuff. And we can go here and see what's going on there. Yeah, let's see. Oh, now it's gonna reload again. Yay. Let's go to live data. Show engine RPM, throttle position, all that good stuff. Cool stuff. Fuel trims, that stuff. Temperatures, oxygen sensors. Should be 4 of them. Yep. Yeah, so that's what this thing can do. And as you can see, the truck is running fine now, and everything's good. And now we're going to shut it down. Meanwhile, while you're doing live data, this thing goes flashy, flashy, flash. At a high rate of speed. And then we go and kill it. Vehicle data corrupted or check some error. Uh-oh! Yeah, so that's what we got here. And then I go and find the exit program button. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect that now. A wonderful little data connector that plugs into the wonderful little data connector that cannot even be seen under here. There it is. This thing right here. Yeah, another 5-minute clip for nothing. So let's close out Chromie, close out this, go back here, make sure nothing else unimportant is running. Yeah. And then we'll make you hibernate. Because I still hibernate this old clunker. I don't need that plugged in anymore. Plugged into my cigarette lighter because it won't last on the battery more than about 5 minutes flat anymore. Anyway, that mod is done. I'm done being stupid and not plugging in sensors, so... Yeah. What was I gonna do next? I have a... Let's see what's inside, shall we? Oh, okay, we'll start right here. Alright, so what we have here is an engine computer. A PCM, if you will. Powertrain control module. With so many pins! But this one's special because it's used in newer vehicles. It has a better processing unit in it than does the black box module that is currently under my hood. These were used in 2001 through 2003, whereas this one, obviously, well, not so obviously, it was used mostly in 97 only. Not compatible with most tuning programs. Well, a popular mod for enthusiasts, I guess you can say, is to replace the engine computer with one from a newer vehicle that is recognized by most tuning softwares, the 122000411. And this one is pre-tuned with data from an 02 Chevy Express van, I think, which also has the 350 engine and is programmed also for standard transmission. So basically all I have to do to get this to work in this truck is switch out a bunch of pins. Now basically what I'm saying by that is I gotta take the pins out of these little harnesses that plug into the computer. And as you can see, they're clipped in. I gotta take the pins out of this connector, and the two below it, and put them in this one and the other connector. Right here. So that is my next big project. Now, the primary reason for doing this is the ability to tune, because most tuning softwares don't recognize the 97 PCMs anymore. Or maybe never did, I don't know. But the point is, you can tune, and these PCMs also have the ability to control electric fans. Now, y'all might recall in my Blazer, I just had the two switches that I used to control the E-fans, and it was thermostatically controlled by a little probe that I stuck into the radiator. Not ideal by any means. I mean, it worked, but I'd rather have the computer control it, because then I can set the temperatures that they go on and off at, plus dual speeds and all that fun stuff. Which this one has the ability to control dual speeds. So yeah, that will aid in my working of this truck. Well, not really. I mean, it's working just as it is, but I've read a lot of reviews on this modification on same forum, gmt400.com, and they say that doing this computer swap actually smooths out your engine control, gives you a lot better throttle response because the CPU's faster, something like that, I guess. And yeah, just actually gains you MPG. Now, I'm obviously a little skeptical on that one, but you never know. If it's running better, maybe it will. Anyway, yeah, I'm just putting my tools away here. I'm not going to do anything further with the truck today. And yeah, at some point we will get this installed. I might go ahead and drive out to Dallas, where my friend there has all sorts of fun little tuning software and know-how. He's tuned his 05 GMC Yukon and has gained a lot of MPG just from his tune, so he knows a little bit about these things and can help me program it to what I want it to do, rather than just a stock 350 tune. And we'll go from there. We'll see if it runs any better. But this is a project that's going to take a lot of time. Just repinning the harness itself just takes a lot of time. And then you got to do a crank relearn on it, and just all sorts of fun stuff, really. But like I said, it's future project. I'm nowhere near ready to do it yet. I don't think. Maybe sometime in the next couple weeks. I'm kind of thinking like maybe I just want to go ahead and get the fans, put them in, and then I'll get the PCM to control them. But, yeah, I'm kind of just laying back, whatever. I'll do whatever I do, you know? But right now, I'm going to go inside, and this is the end of this video.